that the next day going fishing for
No, I
content.
think that's about right.
All right, it sounds like it. So let's go with that. Yeah. What do you have anything now that you have dealt with this and all papers have been signed and equipments have been sold? Is there anything else you wish to do? Time you have left.
I can't think of anything else I want to do here.
To the 26th.
Yep.
Not really. We have access. Well, we don't have access. We have access to the mechs in this warehouse, right? Not access, but we can see them.
Which what are you talking about now?
Where Brody's been working.
Well, Brody has access. The rest of you probably need to ask permission before you can go and ogle the mix.
Okay. Sorry. We've met so far only Stone, right? Me and Ben.
So you have met Carter, who is
Yeah.
the chief mechanic. You have met Stone, who is the quartermaster and chief financial officer. And I think those are the two you have actually had a lengthy conversation with. The others, there's a bunch of other mechanics, programmers, and a couple of mech pilots, but they have all been. I'm busy. Like I acknowledge that you exist, but I'm busy. I'm doing something, so leave me alone. So I think that's the extent of it. Now, obviously, you met Ton as well, one of the mechanics programmers.
Now, at night, and after we leave, can I? So Carter has been on our ship, right? He's probably been around.
Yes.
Can I turn into Carter and go around and just take one of the mechs and just run around and test it out just for fun? Like make myself look like Carter.
How are you doing this?
I'm using actually. So instead of using my hologram, I'm actually going to use my metamorph skill from Biosonics. Using one of his hairs or something to turn into basically 100% like Carter, and maybe sneak into the facility. Just get into one of the mechs and just take it out for a ride. Maybe shoot into the sky just for fun.
Page now.
Oh god, where is Biosonics? Give me one sec. Page 37, 36, 37.
Which skill is this? Using?
Metamorph.
I'm just reading.
I take time. Mostly because I just got it and I want to test it out, and I thought this would be a great way to test it out.
I feel like you're purposely trying to make enemies at this point.
They won't know it's me. I'm not gonna steal the mech. I just want to joyride it. That's one of my goals for this session.
That's still technically stealing.
Borrowing.
All right. Yeah, apparently you can. I mean, it literally says you can impersonate someone down to the DNA level, provided a blood and that's interesting. Provided blood and or hair sample available.
Yeah,
But I
that's why I
guess,
asked if he was in the ship. So I assume he's gonna have some hairs laying around.
well, I guess you can't fake it that good. But you know him, you know his appearance well enough that you can fake like the surface stuff. But if you prick your finger, for example, you drop a hair, it's still gonna show up as you.
No, it's not. This can impersonate down to the DNA, so the hairs and stuff would still be his.
Yeah, if you manage to collect some of his hairs, yeah. Otherwise, I'm saying you can if you don't have blood or hair, you
Yeah,
can
well,
still do this
that's why I asked
shadow stuff.
if he was on the ship because he's been on the ship for so long that I assume I can find a piece of hair that he's dropped just from natural.
You know what? If you weren't gonna go find for some fucking hair, then you roll me a notice with with wisdom. See if you can
Hell yeah,
find it.
let's try this.
You need 10 or better.
Don't come on. Don't do this to me. I already have shitty rolls. Wisdom, you said? RNG, I have not asked much of you.
Oh my god.
You found a single strand of hair. Maybe it was like he shaved his beard, and then there's left a bit in the sink.
Yeah, I'll take the piece of.
You have enough DNA materials to copy him completely.
Great. Yeah, I'll take the piece of hair and copy him completely, and just slowly walk into the thing like I own the place. No, not really. Just quietly walk into the warehouse. Just check on the mechs. And do I see any mechs in particular?
So explain the process to me. So
So the process
first of
is I
all,
go to my ship. I'm looking for hairs. I'm like I got my little eye thing, just looking at the floors, at the sinks, and I finally find that tiny piece of beard hair. I'm like, you see this sparkle in my eye. I take the piece of hair, I touch it, I feel it, and as I'm doing that, I'm using my biosanics to analyze it. As I analyze it, my body starts slowly shifting into a man, and I finally turn into uh, Carter. And I look at myself, and first thing I do is take down my pants, do the helicopter, see what that's all about, and I'm like, all right, that wasn't as fun as I thought it'd be. Put my pants back up, walk, go back to my original self, teleport somewhere into a dark alley nearby, no cameras, no nothing. Then use that hair to, turn back into Carter and just slowly walk into the facility, greeting her, hello, hello.
Look, you asked what it would look like, Hellforge. This is your fault.
yeah, I know, I kind of regret it, but I also needed to know the process of this because several things matter. So first of all, how are you dressed? Because you don't copy, you copy his physical appearance, not the clothes he wear.
Uh, since I've seen how he's been dressed a lot, I'll dress similar, but not similar to him. Um, just I don't know how he's dressed. I assume it's a shirt, some pants, some shoes, some white socks, no underwear. Why not? Feel chafing for the first time. Just walk in through like the maintenance entrance. Um, just say hello to people. Don't really use their name because I don't really know them too well. Just hello, hello, and just beeline towards the mechs. And just, look around seeing what mechs there are.
So there are a whole heap. So like I said before, it's a free room area. This. So the main one where you came in before was the assembly area, and then there is the mech storage, like hangar where you basically do the final refits before walking out into the arena itself. And that's the hangar where everything is like lined up. And there's about, I actually need to look at my notes. One moment. So there are 6 light mechs and there are 5 mech suits standing in formation.
Can I by any chance tell what kind of mechs they are, or am I too stupid to know that?
You can roll a -2 int plus no, I think.
No, and all right, -2 you said? Oh, good. My intelligence is so high. Oh, okay, yeah, I fell down. That's not even a -2.
Yeah, you have no idea which is which.
All right.
The thing
I'll
you
just.
do notice, however, is that all of them have some sort of armor or weaponry on them.
Ooh. Can't tell the weapons at least, or no?
Yeah, all the light mechs have ranged weapon. All the mech suits have melee weapons.
So I'm gonna hop into one of the cooler looking light mechs, and just I don't know much about mechs, so I'll just start pressing buttons and just seeing what they do, and hopefully eventually just get it moving.
All right. Need quick look, but I would like you to roll me a d20.
Oh, what?
D20.
Got you. 16.
So, what are the rest of you doing while Val is sneaking out?
I'm going to do some follow-up research on that martial arts training.
All right.
Am I still helping Carter, or is everything done and ready for the tournament?
Yeah, you just tried Carter, real Carter. You go to a bar with Carter.
So, at this point, after the assembly in the arena, that's when the pilot comes in and they basically have the remaining time, which is 3 or 4 days, where they're basically running the course back and forth, and then the pilots basically run the course as hard as they can, and then they shout at the mechanics to fix all the issues with the mechs. So there is constant activity going in the garage hangar, rather. So there is a lot of work left to be done if you're interested in helping out. But Carter understands if you want to take a break. You're after all, you're not officially getting a paycheck for it.
You should really negotiate for a goddamn paycheck.
So did Brody know beforehand to distract real Carter while you were coming in as fake Carter?
Oh no, they know nothing about this. They didn't even know I can do this.
Advantage of the situation.
Yeah, they genuinely do. They don't even know I can do this yet. Literally, no one here. Last session when I leveled up, I got this skill because I'm like, this could be interesting. I told nobody. I was like thinking, how can I use it? And then when I realized is I put one of my goals is joyride in a mech. I'm like, how can I do that?
I mean, it's not like I have anything else to do, and at the very least, it gives me a good image to just be helping out.
It also gives you like experience, I would say. Learning how to maintain mechs, learning how they work properly. I don't know if that's gonna come back and maybe help you out once you do get a mech, but saying that could be something.
And I mean, all of this helping could just
Yeah, get us
have no
discounts.
lasting impact, but Might. You never know.
Of course, all that goodwill could be undone if Fate Carter fucks up a perfectly good mech.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so that's a 16-year-old. Sorry, I'm just confirming some stuff I know from before. I want to make sure I get this right.
I'm not trying to do anything malicious. I'm just trying to have some fun because I've been like super frustrated lately.
Your whole life is having fun. What do you have to be frustrated
I
at?
don't know what you're talking about. I just got an STD.
That you cured in
I
20
it,
minutes?
you know what? You know what? I got an STD.
Oh man,
It's
if
your
I
own
wasn't a
fault.
space wizard, I might have
My
AIDS
whole
right now.
family got disowned from my freaking place. Half my
Because you
family's
weren't
dead.
careful. Because you weren't careful.
That's not my fault. I mean, technically,
Alright.
it's kind of, you know.
So because I can't find the math for this, I'm just gonna roll. Like, so yeah, well, you hop in the mech, and enclose the carapace, and then you start fucking hitting buttons like a crazy person, like a toddler on a mechanical keyboard. Or like
Oh, yeah.
easily
Is there a
amused.
self-destruct?
Mind you, as I'm doing this, I'm just laughing maniacally, just having the best time. Because I haven't let go this much in a while.
Yes.
Like I said, your whole
And,
life is a series of letting go.
Shh. Again, for someone that their whole life is a series of letting go, they get bored, and this is really like I haven't done something this, stupid in the past like month.
Your whole life is doing stupid shit.
But if I don't do stupid shit, a lot, then I get bored.
all right. First of all, I would love for you to roll me a D8, please, and thank
Me?
you. Yes, because you're the one pressing buttons.
8. Hope that's good. And not shit where it fucking blows up the mech.
All right. So, because I want everyone to be involved in this, and I think it would be hilarious. So, Tarn, could you do me a massive favor, please, and roll 1d20 times 100?
Just do a d20 and we can just add 2 zeros.
Yeah, if you type that number or that character after d20 and between the 20 and the 100, it auto multiplies it.
So 1d20x100.
No, the star 100. The little, above your
Okay.
8 key. /roll. 800.
Thank you. Oh, that is so perfect. That is
What the hell are you
absolutely
doing? Just let me have my fun.
I mean, you're having super fun.
Okay, good,
So,
good. I'm having
Tom, Carter, Brody, and everyone else who is standing in the other room assembling mechs. You hear this loud as fuck explosion as the emergency ejection system engages in the light mech. Val, you is shot 800 meters up into the air.
I just teleport out. I still instantly teleport just out of there as soon as I do that. So each saying that I'm just pressing buttons, just laughing manically, and just I pressed the wrong button. I thought I had to pull the goddamn lever. That's what I've seen in the movies. I didn't know there was an eject button. I thought it was an eject lever.
Well, it was either that or you fired a loaded missile launcher and blow a hole in the wall. And I thought this was more funny.
Oh, I thought it would have been more funny if I just blew a hole to where Brody and all of them were.
So here's the thing. I need you to roll me a reflex save, please.
Evasion?
Yes, evasion.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
If you
Thank you, God.
So you managed last seconds before you are pancaked in the ceiling, 30 meters up. You managed to emergency teleport away. If you had failed this, you would have been mortally wounded, and then you would have fallen down on the ground, and you would have instantly died.
You know what? Worth it. Worth it.
Because if a mortally wounded character takes any more damage, they instantly die beyond resurrection.
I have last stand. I was gonna try and save
You
myself.
would have been mortally wounded if you hit the ceiling, then you fall 30 meters down while unconscious.
Oh, would I have been unconscious? That's unfortunate. That would have killed me.
Immediately been unconscious as you hit the ceiling, and then you would have fallen down and died, instantly died. But yeah, everyone else, there's this massive explosion, and then the supersonic, thunderclap as the ejection seat slams into the ceiling, blows a hole in the blows a massive dent in the concrete, and then debris just start piling down onto the floor. And yeah, all the pilots, all the mechanics, and Stone rushes into the mech bay and wonders what the fuck is going on with this place.
As they're wondering that, I teleport back to my room, just instantly, like without thinking, transform to my old self, and just burst out laughing so much because the adrenaline is pumping so much through my body that I can't stop laughing.
Teleport?
I teleport back to my room.
All right.
Just back to my room, hit the ceiling, and then smack onto my bed, and just cannot stop laughing. Like I'm pretty hurt. I'm hurt, but I can't stop laughing.
This is going to get to the point. I'm just going to put a landmine in that room at some point.
I mean, at this point, it might be warranted, honestly. It's probably for the best that no one knows it was you. Otherwise, they would send you a 25,000 bill for fixing the mech.
It's just a seat, man. It's just a seat, you can replace the seat. Go to the lounge, pick up one of those foldable seats, put it in there. You're good.
All right, so Ron, Brody, both of you storm into the mech bay, and you see one of the light mech suits.
Did I at least move it around a little? Like, what did I do besides just eject myself?
You locked yourself into the cockpit. You hit the eject button, and then you pancaked into the ceiling.
Worth it. Just worth it.
That's all you did.
Worth
you
it.
See one of the canopies on one of the light mechs has completely been ripped off, and there is a fairly substantial dent in the concrete in the ceiling, and there is debris of an ejection chair. And the people here, like the pilots and the other mechanics, they seem to be confused and worried, and as the minutes progress, they start getting really pissed at what the hell is going on with this.
Don't worry, Brody can help repair it.
Well, first thing, Tarn's going to ask who the hell fired the ejection seat.
They don't know that anybody was in there, technically.
Yeah, there is a lot of confused look, and I think Stone and Sarge, who is the main pilot, storms over to back to the office to have a heated conversation about something. But yeah, as you're standing around thinking about it, Carter moves up and start investigating the damage, and it's fairly clear just by eyeballing this piece of equipment that it's going to require some pretty major refitting.
I think I got Brody there.
It can be. And I think after a few minutes, you can hear, I think all of you in the mech bay, it's, low murmurings of, confusion. and then there is a fairly substantially angry person who's shouting their lungs out for Carter to get his ass in the office.
He has a defense. He was seen with everybody else,
And yeah, as he walks away from the two of you, he looks confused and a bit worried. And it's the kind of worry that, someone who may be accused of something that they don't know they have done anything wrong, or wondering, like, all right, what the fuck did I do wrong this time? And why are they shouting at me? That kind of thing.
As I'm calming down after laughing, maybe 5-10 minutes, I called Brody up and asked, how's everything going? Is he going to be back on the ship anytime soon?
I'm a little busy.
What's going on?
I'm just gonna hang up.
All right, so you hang up. Yeah, as you do, I think both Stone and Sarge comes towards you and Ton with Carter in tow. And yeah, I don't think I've managed to or remember to introduce Sarge yet. So
No.
Sarge is the mech, one of the lead mech pilots. He's like roughly 180 tall, live body, short crop black hair, and she has a visibly augmented eye on the left side. Is in the early 30s, and she has a very stern demeanor to her. Apparently very hot-headed as well, because you realize the person has been shouting at Carter for better part of a few minutes belongs to her.
This is rude.
So she walks up to you with, if she had high heels, like the clicking sound would probably be, striking terror in everyone within 30 meters of her as she's walking angrily toward. And she stops before the two of you and says, "Were you with Carter just now, a few minutes ago, when this happened?"
Yeah, I've practically been with him the last few days the entire time.
Ask why. Ask why.
Shut up, you're not there.
I so want to be.
Jordan will agree that Carter was with him. He'll ask why.
Because we have video evidence of Carter just now going into the mech bay, sitting down in one of the mechs, and then firing the ejection seats. And somehow he's been with you out here in the maintenance floor. Can anyone please tell me what the hell's going on here?
So if somebody was in the ejection seat when it fired, wouldn't they be pizza on the ceiling? Or pizza on the floor? What they do, just teleport away?
Yeah, you're making too much sense. No. You can't just make sense like that.
I don't know, man. AIs are scary. They can make sense of it.
Too much sense. Just go back to, like, maybe he ejected it, not sitting on it.
Do you guys have any enemies? So somebody want to sabotage your mechs?
Yeah, 19 other teams.
We could be security.
Like I said, I've been with Carter the entire time we've been here. I don't know how it could have been him who did it. How he could be in two places at once. How, if it was him, how is he still alive?
Yeah, that's the question, ain't it?
Maybe
Because that's a solid reinforced concrete ceiling. There is literally no way anyone can survive an impact like that.
Unless they're super fucking lucky.
maybe something horrible is going to happen at the tournament, and Carter went back in time to stop it by destroying the mech.
Are you there? Because that'd be a hilarious thing to say.
I mean, I don't know if there's unless there's somewhere else for me to be. The last I remember, I went and looked for martial arts training, but I don't know how long ago that was.
Oh yeah.
I think that happened while. I think this happened while you were away looking for it. And did you roll for that, by the way? Sorry if I missed it.
Oh,
No,
I
he
don't, I
didn't.
don't remember. Oh, did I?
No, you didn't. No, you never did.
Okay.
You just said you would, and then we moved on.
So what would that be? Would it be connect or trade? I can't remember.
Yeah, it would be connect. I think connect, please, with whatever int or charisma, depending
Charisma.
on if you're looking for internet on the internet or asking people.
Nice.
All
And
right.
not at
So,
all.
yeah, you have a good idea of who to talk to about that stuff.
It's me.
All right. So I think George glares at you to the point where you should probably be thankful that you can't actually kill anyone with a look. Otherwise, you'd probably be sliced in half at this point. And then she says something in a language none of you speaks, and then stomps away somewhere else with Stone in tow, back into the office. And there is the door slams loudly, and then there is a whole heap of shouting. And I think I'm just gonna roll for this. See what happens. And Tarn, you are, well, this is certainly not out of the, out of the ordinary. Like, this happens quite frequently when they have a disagreement about something. But this seems to be a bit more serious than the usual shouting match between the two. Oh my god. Yeah, so I think, how long do you spend listening into this, or before you go back to, trying to actually fix the damage that happened?
I'll spend a couple minutes listening to him.
I think just as you turn, Brody, so how long are you spending, or do you just go back to working? Carter is sitting there with a cup of coffee, probably with like one measure of coffee and like 8 measures of whiskey or some such, trying to figure out what the hell's happening.
No water.
He's basically got coffee flavored whiskey.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yo, you think that's good?
Only one way to try or find out.
You want to buy me some whiskey?
No, but I can buy me some whiskey.
If you buy you some whiskey, let me know how it is.
No, too much work.
Put coffee and whiskey. Oh, that's a lot of work.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think, Tom, as you turn to walk back to your work, you hear a glass window shatter, and there is suddenly a chair flying out, and there is even more loud shouting than before.
No, I'm just going to stay there and listen because this is getting interesting.
Why is she so pissy? She's not doing what has to fix
Fix
it.
it.
Yeah, so I think as Carter is sitting there with his back towards the office, and is just sipping his whiskey flavored or coffee flavored whiskey, the chair just punches, hits him in the back, and he just falls face first into the concrete, and he just lays there for a bit, and he seems to be generally confused about what the hell is going on at this point.
Can I get back? Can I just walk in there casually as myself and just pretend like I was worried about Brody because he was very hectic on the phone and see what's up?
I mean, you could, but there is literally no reason for you to be there.
I have an idea. I was thinking, they had a break-in. Maybe we can offer our services like we have before. Maybe some security work for them. make sure no one, steals their mechs or destroys them.
How do you know we had a break in?
I don't. That's why I said, let me walk in. I was gonna ask around. That was my plan.
I mean, sure, you could try, but the doors are locked, being as the closed for business.
All right.
I mean,
But they don't. They know me from before.
You can try to ring the doorbell, or
Yeah. Can I like knock maybe on the maintenance thing and be like, hey, anybody in there? I'm looking for Brody. Is he okay?
You're aware how suspicious you're gonna look, right?
Why? I've been here before. They know I know you. Oh, by the way, before I do this, I go in my room. I change my clothes and everything.
All right, so you change back into something.
Yeah, into woman clothes. Yeah. Yes. Making sure you know that before I do this, because I had a feeling that was gonna bite me in the ass if I didn't say it.
Oh yeah, it definitely would have.
Yeah. No, I had a feeling. I know. When you said subtle, I thought that'd be one of the subtle things you would do.
Yeah. So basically, the thing is, the rest of you are listening into this before Val is showing up uninvited. The gist of the conversation is that the mech Val was fucking around with belonged
Val?
to
Who's
Sarge.
Val? Val didn't do anything. Val's innocent.
As I was saying,
Sorry.
it was her mech that she was in, personally fitted to her, and now the entire cockpit is basically needs to be replaced because of the ejection seats. And she is just super pissed because it's a lot of extra cost on top of the already tight budget. Plus, the time that she can't practice in her mech because it's going to take a bit of time to get all the parts and fitted properly, and then there's going to be basically just time and money, and she's frustrated about it. That's why he's shouting at Stone, and Stone is this slick back, slimy asshole that he always is, who's replying in equally sarcastic manner, which just pisses her off even more. So it's just self fulfilling cycle of stupidity, smugness, and violence. Points. And like I said, Ton, you have seen this before, and this happens quite frequently. It's just this seems to be a bit more serious than the usual.
Well, Tarn's going to help Carter up, and we'll head over towards the fucked up mech, and hopefully out of weapons range if she starts shooting.
Probably a good
Or
idea.
starts throwing his desk out.
So throwing him out the window. He's been sarcastic for too long.
I think that will actually happen. So instead of just throwing some furniture, she lifts up the chair he's sitting in and just throws him out the window.
I'm glad I gave you some constructive ideas.
I mean, it would be funny. But yeah, you show up as you always do.
Always.
And outside, and you start banging on the door, and yeah, there is no one really paying attention. And I think one worker like pokes his head out, opens the door a bit, like pokes his head out, and says, "We're in the middle of something here. Can it wait?"
Yo, I got one of my crewmates, Brody, in there. Is he alright? I heard some things on the phone. I got worried.
I'll check, and then he pokes his head back in and closes.
Can I come in or no?
He already closed the door.
God damn. Brody, let me in.
Brody,
I want to see the aftermath.
One of the junior mechanics comes over to you and says there is a woman outside wanting to talk to you.
Tell her I said I'm busy.
God damn you, Brody! You're such an asshole.
Yeah, you see him
Thought we were
by
friends.
the door, and yeah, he just pressed the intercom, and on your side, Val, it buzzes and it says the mechanic says he's busy at the moment. I'll give him your regards. He'll come back home soon.
All right. Yeah. and I just walk away and find one of the closed bars and just go have a drink and just enjoy the night,
All right.
not knowing anything that's happening in there, just having a laugh at myself.
Yes, for no apparent reason.
No,
I
no
think
apparent reason.
everyone gives you a pretty wide berth, seeing as you're a
Yeah.
crazy lady who has
I
to
mean, I was
like,
drinking.
laugh
Let's
useless.
blame the drinks.
Yeah, there
Nice
is.
whiskey with coffee.
I mean, it happens. But yeah, Ben, you find a bar who seems to be the right kind of place for what you're looking at, or looking for rather.
Yeah, so the I'm looking to eventually get a level in dirty fighting, and so I find a area maybe with a bunch of military guys in it who are knowledgeable about this. I start talking to them. Maybe they start giving me an idea of maybe telling stories of when they've used their fighting skills, and so that's what I'm going to be spending the evening doing.
The hell is dirty
Yeah.
fighting?
So I think the bar you find yourself at, and there is more like a local defense force kind of thing, very like loosely formed by people from different companies, different fabrication facilities, band together for more or less a private army to defend the planet. Um, the bar itself called the optimal solution for some inexplicable reason. And as you walk in through the door, there is absolute chaos, like unmitigated chaos inside. And I don't think you can take 2 or 3 steps into the bar without having at least 2 or 3 bottles thrown your way.
Yeah, my
Sounds like a
smile
fun
grows.
place.
Sorry, what was that?
That sounds like a fun place.
Yeah, yeah. The second I see that, my smile grows wider every time a bottle is hit over someone's head.
And I think someone nearby is shouting at you to close the damn door. Doesn't make much sense why, but it's, the doorway is the brightest thing in this bar so far. And people have basically thrown bottles at you or towards you and towards the door. And yeah, there is probably like a good 60 or 70 people here embroiled in a wild melee. Like everyone's fighting everything, fucking walls, floors, ceilings, furnitures, everything is being punched, kicked, and broken over knees. Like it's absolute mayhem.
Yeah, so I'm going to um, sort of go over to the counter and get a drink and maybe start talking to some people who aren't actively beating up another person.
All right, can you roll me a evasion, please? Thank you. Oh yeah, you managed to navigate to the bar. Like you still get shoved and pushed, but the few punches, kicks, and stabs with sharp objects that get sent your way, you manage to deftly avoid, and you make your way to the bar. And the bartender is basically standing there, one hand pouring drinks, and the other one he has a thick chain wrapped around his fist. And whenever someone tries to reach over the bar and grab a new bottle, he basically just sucker punch them in the side of the head with the chain. And yeah, the bartender looks at you like, do you want to fight or do you want to drink? Like that kind of look. And
Yeah,
when you sit down or stand, I suppose there is no chairs here or bar stools. And you place a drink, and he pours one and hands off a couple of other people in the process.
yeah. I think I'll I'll start by drinking a few drinks, and then I'll start asking him. So, what makes everyone so rowdy around here?
And I think halfway through that sentence, You see out of the corner of your eye a large 2x4 just swinging towards your head, and yeah, you manage to reflexively duck under it, and the person who swung overcommits, so he just topples on the floor, and he seems to be generally laughing and having a good time as someone jumps on him and starts punching him, and he punch back. Like, there's absolute frenzied melee here, but everyone seems to have you know no one looks angry, and that's the strangest thing, right? Like, in this kind of situation, everyone should be furious and just fighting for their lives, and everyone seems to have like the time of their life, laughing, having a good time, smiling, just drinking and drinking and fighting.
Yeah. So,
And
yeah. Oh, sorry. What was that?
go ahead.
No, I was just going to. I was going to see what the bartender says, but I'll also sort of try to keep my side next to the bar. Maybe drink my drink while staying out of people's way that try to rush at me.
Yeah, there is another one after the first one. As the bartender starts replying, that comes in for a flying elbow to the back of your head. The bartender just grabs you by the scruff of your shirt, pulls you down against the bar, and then just reach out his chain fist, and the guy with the flying elbow just flies face first into the chain and gets knocked unconscious on the floor next to you. And the bartender says, "Sorry about that. Free drinks tonight for anyone who's enjoying it themselves. Place always get a bit crazy."
Yeah. So I think I'll drink until maybe someone rushes at me, and then I'll sort of join in on the fray.
You don't talk about Fight Club. Number one rule. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, so you are pretty much the moment the dude with the flying elbow drops to the floor. There is a couple of other people who see an opening, so they start first go for him on the floor and notice he's unconscious, and then just push him out of the way, like under the bar. He's out of the way, so no one's gonna step on him or accidentally murder him when he's unconscious. And then they give you like the crazy eye, like sizing you up. And then you slam your drink, finish it, slam it on the table, and give him the good, roll up the sleeve, and then you join the fray. So can you give me a unarmed combat, I suppose you have, plus strength? See how well you fare in this fight.
Let me see. Where is unarmed combat?
No, sorry, it would be in this system. It's punch, I think. Unarmed is in the other one.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's punch in this one. And then stab if you have a weapon like a broken glass bottle or a plank or something. So skill test, not attack roll.
Skill test.
Yeah, so 2d6 with your punch. Yeah, so I think the dude who gave you the crazy eye and waits patiently for you to roll up, put the glass down, roll up your sleeve, and then he rushes you. So describe to me how you knock the fuck out of this person.
Yeah, I think I'll be holding a drink in my hand, and then I see him rush at me, and so I put the drink on the counter, and then I feint a punch to him, and then trip him up, and he smacks his head on the side of a table.
Excellent. Yeah, so he goes down, and then now that there is a new challenger in the midst. I think the night continues for at least a few hours, where people are jumping you and you giving, it's not the best you ever fought in your life, but you make a good showing of yourself nonetheless. It's not an double one, so acceptable for a beginner. And I think as the night continues, the more and more people get knocked unconscious, and the fight kind of just dies down, roughly around like 3 or 4 in the morning. Like the people who are still standing, you among them, maybe like a handful total. And yeah, you see a couple of paramedics come in and just kind of shake their head in disbelief that this happens yet again. Like the eighth time this week thing. And they start making sure that people aren't gonna die. And then they come to you and patch you up as you're taking a couple of hits here and there. And yeah, I think some furniture are being brought out as well. Now that there aren't many people left conscious who can actually destroy them, and people seem to have a fairly good time just drinking and talking rather than fighting.
My teammates are going to be so happy that I finally found a healthy recreational activity.
Yeah, you are. Can you give me a physical save, please? Just to see. Wow.
The alcohol messed me up more than the fighting.
I was just gonna say, let's, give me a physical to see how messed up you are from the fight. And yeah, you are fairly messed up. So the combination of the alcohol, the drugs you took beforehand, and the fighting have left you pretty worn out. So you definitely feel like around 4:30 in the morning that you really need to go to bed and sleep for a week. But yeah, you make some good friends there who you share a laugh with, share a couple of fist punches with, or face punches with, and have a good time. And like you said before, that you sit down, this early in the morning, with a good glass, and they share some stories about proper fights they had in the past, some boring army life, and how they found this basically fight club to keep the boredom away, and keep the fighting skill in shape between deployments. And yeah, they basically tell you that the only rules really is that you hold no grudges regardless of results. If you see someone go down, you help them out of the way, out of harm's way, so they don't get trampled or killed, and just have a good time. And then no weapons other than what is available in the bar. That's it.
All right.
So if you want, you can pull the name generator for me, please, and then you can generate 3 names. Male, female, doesn't matter.
So I'm back. I had to go do something. Are we still on, Ben?
Just finishing that up.
Okay, great. All right, I didn't miss much. No offense.
Sadly, as an AI, I will never know the joys of a drunken barber.
Can you hack? Can you give yourself like a virus that feels drunk or something? I don't know, man. I mean, a virus, would that be like a STD if you hook into another system? Is that what that is?
All right, so Ben, you can write those down on your character sheet somewhere as contacts in the Optimal Solution Fight Club. You have those. You made those 3 friends during this fight.
All
Probably
right.
the ones that go up the most.
Did you get your ass beat?
Oh yeah, it's a really good.
Am I gonna have to be healing people tonight? Oh
There
god.
are already people on that, but yeah.
Okay.
What system are we in again?
Chardenas
Gotcha.
306.
Same one that you bought the car
Oh,
factory.
I can't believe I missed him getting beat up. Damn it.
I mean, it was like a 60 people, 60 plus people free for all. So obviously he's gonna
So
get
Battle Royale.
pumped. Yeah,
They
pretty
just
much.
put Battle Royale in this game. God damn it.
I mean, maybe.
You missed Battle Royale and me getting beat up.
I'm glad I missed the Battle Royale, but I'm as sad I missed you getting beat up. That's been hilarious.
Yeah, so they give you all, as you realize that as you're about to fade from consciousness, they all, pass their com info to you and say that you're welcome to take part anytime. And they probably, imparted some important wisdom to you as well about your choice of fighting style that you want to pursue. So you are taking steps in the right direction.
Nice.
Oh, by the way,
And,
Hellforge. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yep.
I
No, I
was
was
gonna
just
say.
gonna say it's the 27th now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
As they
say,
roll around to the
as a biosciatic, can I go work at hospitals when I'm like between, like right now when we were waiting, instead of me going to do other things? Could I've just gone, like, worked at a hospital for a certain wage? 'Cause it says
Yeah,
here,
you could.
it says 2,000 creds a day.
You would have to negotiate the wage.
Okay.
It's possible to do.
All right. Yeah, that might be something I might want to do. When, like, if I can't figure something else to do, I might as well like make a few thousand credits just when we're waiting for things.
It really depends on the planet as to how much you'll get and which hospital you ask or clinic.
Yeah. I assume so. I mean, cause I got the organ purification. I'm pretty sure with that, it's psychics with that ability are much more sought after because they can heal basically most diseases. If I didn't have that, I don't think I would have been getting much just from healing. Yeah, but I believe this just having that organ purification protocol. Yeah.
All right. So, Ben, are you gonna pursue this every night until the tournament starts? Or are you happy with this one time thing and just let it rest for a bit before you go back to it?
Yeah, this is something that I'm going to be doing on the regular up to the tournament.
All right. So that's 3 more days, including today then.
So we're now in the morning of the 27th.
Yes.
Cool.
Brody, what do you plan on doing until the tournament? Just helping out Carter, or do you want to do something else as well?
A certain someone hadn't just fucked up the cockpit for the one mech, I probably would have gone and done something else, but probably helped Carter fix the cockpit on the mech.
Who would have done that?
I wonder.
You don't know. Just saying, we can help them out. Security, man. Maybe, security for that beat up mech. Just saying. Just for the shell, too. Don't even want the fittings.
You're a kind soul, bro. Right, Ton.
God damn you, Brody.
Ton, Brody, can you please roll me a fix with either int or dex, depending on what you're doing?
Watch them completely fail these two. God damn it, you guys are too fucking good at fixing things.
Oh no, my teammates are fixing things faster than I can break them.
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, the mech is restored in less than a day. It's restored with spare parts. Yeah, she is. Charles is
Happier.
still furiously unhappy about everything, but at least not as furious at Carter anymore, which is good.
Just saying, if they need security, we got it.
Brody, Ton, both of you notice that there are guards patrolling
I
the
hate you.
workshop now as well, and also stationed in certain positions. So you take the entirety of 27th to fix the mechs and do all the adjustments the pilots want. But yeah, is there anything else you want to do other than that? The both of you on Brody. You essentially have 2 days left before the tournament starts.
With everything pretty much done, I'll probably just relax so I can be rested up for when the tournament starts.
I'll say something else to Tarn.
And Tarn's going to hang around, keep an eye on the place, and pretty much take care of any other last minute adjustments any of the pilots need.
Maybe I'll go try to find some kind of food that's like a specialty of Chardonnay over here.
Yeah, that should be easy enough. Don't think you need to roll for it. There is, you just open the travel guide to it, and they have listed, several local cuisine places in the both the main city and the city center rather. Actually, a couple of hours to get there unless someone teleports you.
I was gonna say I was gonna be busy looking for some of the hospitals. Try to, if I can get a job in the next couple of days, 3 days, since I have nothing else to do. I've already exhausted my fun. But I make some money. Because I was gonna just say, because there's gonna be a lot of pilots piloting things, a lot of stupid things going on for the next few days, and plus maybe a few days after that. So I thought they might need all hands on deck. So maybe try and see one of the local hospitals if they need specialist psychic to help them.
And I don't mind walking. It's a nice change of pace from
Teleporting everywhere.
working away in the workshop the last few days. Just stretch my legs a bit.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's so the arena is because it's special built for this purpose, and there's like basically an all-purpose arena. There is um, how does it called? It's God damn it! Every single country in the world has a different name for the damn thing. Subway, I think, metro,
Subway, yeah,
underground.
train station, subway, metro, all those work.
Yeah, like an underground, basically an underground train that goes from the arena to the city center, the central
Mm.
station, basically.
In New York, it's
But
subway.
yeah, and in England it's underground, and there's a France the metro.
It's everything everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Annoying as hell. But yeah, you can take the train to the city. If you walk on foot, it's like 5 hour walk, I think, from the arena.
Stretch them legs if you want to.
Right, well, I need you to make. So you wanted to ask around for the
Yeah, just
hospitals
go
and
to
stuff.
some of the hospitals, just because I know a lot of them are going to be busy with all the tourists coming to, especially here to the arena. People are going to be doing drugs, doing a lot of stupid things, having sex, getting STD, all these things. And since I am specialized biopsionic psychic, I can help them, heal the sick, heal diseases, heal body parts, and all that. No, not body parts. Sorry, I cannot grow organs yet, but I can, heal wounds and heal toxins and diseases.
Just quick look. So I need you to make. Think. So wanted to do that. So I want you to make a charisma with connect. See if you can find some proper connection. Look
Okay,
around for some, talk to people,
that's
see
the
if
wrong
anyone's hiring.
sheet.
All right. So now you find a couple of hospitals that could be interested in that, and they give you an
Right?
offer, a salary offer for you know for each day.
How much
Basically, it's basically 12 hours of work
a day?
per day,
And how
and they're
much?
offering you roughly like 100 credits.
100 credits per day.
Yep, yep, for 12 hours of work.
Can I explain to them that I am I'm an organ purification specialist, and that I can literally heal diseases?
I mean, you say that, and the person you talk to basically shrugged their shoulder and says, "We can't exceed budget, and that's what we have left to pay you.
Oh,
Like it's not
fuck
negotiable."
that! I'm gonna goddamn use my money to just take some fucking hookers and drugs. I get really pissed. I just go out and take some, go to a brothel, take some drugs, and just have fun.
All right. So I need
Yes,
you.
rolling. I'm rolling.
Yes. Do
Mental,
physical effects, please.
physical, or mental?
Do physical.
Woo!
All right. So you don't have any ill-adverse effects to the drugs, and you don't get any STDs.
Are you gonna make me roll for STDs every time?
No.
Okay, what the hell? All the brothels feel just STD ridden. Goddamn.
I mean, it's not a healthy planet to be on.
Apparently not. Shit,
Right,
I
you
enjoyed
use
New
protection.
Eden when. Sorry.
You need to use protection.
Apparently, I mean, my character's a woman, so They need to use protection.
Listen, that's why you
Actually,
should play paladins, because you have blessing of protection all the time.
just always wrapped.
Yes.
God damn.
All right. So the best offer you get is roughly like 150 credits a day for
Yeah,
like
it's
10 to 12 hours of work
yeah,
at
it's
the
not
local help
acceptable.
line.
I was thinking a few thousand, maybe, but not 10, 100 credits. What am I do with 100 credits?
Well, that's the offer you get.
I'm a
You don't seem
noble.
to
I'm
get anything else.
spoiled.
Yes. So, is there anything else you wish to do during these 2 days?
Drugs and prostitutes.
Right.
I'll be doing that.
So, let's go in order here. So, Ben, you spend the 2 days hanging out in the fight club before the tournament, yeah?
Yep.
Can you give me two physical effects? The how well you fare during these 2 days.
Oh,
So the first day, you're doing fine. You're holding your own, no problems. You absorb some knowledge and you get a couple of punches. Second day, someone probably like punches you square in the face. You hit your head on the bar desk, and I think you break your nose. But that's the worst that happens. You don't take any hit points because you get healed up, but your nose is a bit crooked.
and it's like about everything. Got healers on demand.
All right.
Imagine someone ripped your arm off.
Right. Brody, you said you wanted to rest for a bit and then help Carter.
Well, if everything was done, I was just going to take the next few days before the tournament to just kind of chill, unless they
All right.
needed help still.
I mean, an extra hand is always appreciated, but if you ask Carter, he basically tells you that you can take vacation. You have done more than anyone ever expected of you, so, and he's really grateful.
Yeah, I mean, I guess how many more days are there left before the tournament?
2 more, and I was kind of thinking more of bridging these two with, if you're doing something specific that requires a roll, then we do the roll and also that happens.
I was going to say maybe I'll take a few days off, and then like the day before I'll stop by and help with any last minute prep.
All right. Yeah, so it's the evening, I suppose, of the 27th. So you take the 29th, 28th off, and then come back 29 and 30, or take 2 off and then come back on the 30th.
Yeah, I'll take the 2 off and come back on the 30th.
All right. Yeah, can you roll me fix plus intro decks, whichever is better, just to see how. Ton, you said you wanted to just keep tinkering with the machines and keeping an eye out. So can you do me? Let's just do one roll for this. So fix with dex or intelligence, and then notice with wisdom, please.
All right.
Excellent. Yeah. So the both of you are spending your time. Yeah, spending your time well and helping out to the best of your abilities. Yeah, the mechs on the last day, on last evening of battle, they seem to be as prepared as they could ever be. Polished, full battle regalia with all their insignias and personal heraldry and the tabards and weapon polished. Like it's a beautiful sight, and the command mech is restored, and Sarge is almost like downright pleasant at this point because she has her baby back. Right. Well, I need you to roll me 2 physicals again, please, to represent the strain of these past few days.